You hear it all the time, right? People making crazy amounts of passive income through automated e-commerce. It sounds completely too good to be true, but is it? Today, we're unpacking a really fascinating case study that actually puts this exact claim to the test. We're looking at how someone launched a fully functional AI-powered dropshipping store for under a single dollar. Welcome to The Explainer. Let's dive right in and uncover exactly how this was pulled off, step by step.
Okay, let's quickly lay out the roadmap for today. First, we'll look at the challenge rules, then store configuration, followed by product selection. After that, we'll get into domains and store polish, hit the marketing strategy, and finally, reveal the real-world results.
All right, part one, the challenge rules.
Now, the ambition of these constraints is really what makes this whole experiment so fascinating. Step 1, use free AI tools to keep the entire setup cost under $1 single. Step 2, build the whole thing strictly from a laptop. And step 3, finish the entire launch in under 60 minutes. Think about that for a second. Traditionally, just those 3 steps would take months. You'd be dealing with complex coding, leasing a warehouse, haggling with suppliers. It's a nightmare. But this case study frames those massive traditional hurdles as just a simple data problem, a problem that AI is now uniquely positioned to solve in an instant. It fundamentally changes the game of who can actually participate in e-commerce.
Moving right along to part two, store configuration.
So how do we actually get this website off the ground without coding? Well, the core AI tool used to kick things off is literally called Build Your Store, and it links directly into a basic Shopify free trial. For the niche, the creator went with sports and fitness, and that's super smart, right? They're capitalizing on massive current market demand. I mean, you've seen the trends of Gen Z choosing weekend running clubs over going to nightclubs. Then the AI steps in to generate the aesthetic options. It lands on this really vibrant sunset banner that appeals to both men and women. At this point, the AI literally takes control of the dashboard to build the infrastructure. It's honestly a little spooky watching an invisible hand build a business in seconds, but the speed is just staggering. It entirely wipes out the weeks you'd normally spend on web development.
Next up, part three, product selection.
This is where the AI really starts flexing its muscles. To make sourcing products efficient, they used an integration called AutoDS, specifically the Starter 500 plan, which offers a 30-day trial for exactly 99 cents. And boom, with that, our $1 budget is officially spent. But the return on that 99 cents is wild. It completely automates product selection, calculates your pricing, uploads professional photos, and handles fulfillment directly to the customer. Once a buyer places an order, human intervention is literally zero. The algorithm just analyzed current trends on its own and selected a breathing trainer, resistance bands, a warm jogging hat, and golf bag clips to feature in the store.
Let's talk numbers, specifically $6.84. This number is absolutely crucial for understanding the math behind dropshipping. It was the precise profit margin the AI calculated for those golf club bag clips. See, the tools source the item, applied a standard dropshipping markup of about 2 to 2.5 times the base cost, and automatically set the sale price to leave exactly $6.84 in pure profit per sale. It completely takes the guesswork out of your pricing strategy. It ensures that every single sale mathematically contributes to a positive bottom line, and you don't have to manually stare at a single spreadsheet.
Which brings us to part four, domains and store polish. Now, the initial AI build did yield a somewhat clunky, random-sounding domain name. But consumer psychology is a huge deal here. Studies actually show that websites using a .store domain get 87% more traffic and rank 2 times higher on Google. It's a huge difference. When shoppers see that .store ending, they immediately recognize it as a legitimate e-commerce shop. It significantly boosts your brand's credibility before they even look at a single product.
Applying that data, they registered a totally free .store domain, tilburyfitness.store. But the professional polish didn't stop there. Think about these details compared to our $1 budget. The AI automatically generated engaging product descriptions complete with perfectly placed emojis to match a modern social media vibe. It automatically built out essential footer pages, shipping policies, terms and conditions, stuff that normally takes hours of tedious manual labor or paying for expensive legal templates. It even added a really nice little PayPal payment animation to the checkout, which is a proven psychological trigger that builds buyers' trust. It just proves that having virtually zero budget does not mean you have to sacrifice a premium, trustworthy image.
Moving to part 5, the micro-influencer strategy.
You might assume that actually selling these products requires a massive, expensive celebrity endorsement. But the data tells a completely different story. Micro-influencers, we're talking accounts with 10,000 to 50,000 followers, actually boast up to a 60% higher engagement rate and a 20% higher conversion rate compared to macro-influencers with 500,000 followers or more. This brilliantly illustrates why our creator completely bypassed expensive celebrities. Instead, they focused on The Grays Brothers, an energetic Instagram account with a highly dedicated fitness following, and secured a targeted ad for just $50. It's a lean, hyper-focused approach that taps right into highly engaged sub-communities.
And the ad they made? Pure gold. Here is a direct quote from the Instagram story they created for the store's breathing trainer. "What are you doing? You're in a jam, not a hospital, mate." It was this incredibly high-energy, totally wacky video. Honestly, it was off the wall, but that was the exact charm. It stopped users from simply swiping past because it felt entirely natural. It didn't feel like a sterile corporate commercial at all. It felt like a hilarious, genuine recommendation from a slightly crazy friend who loves the gym.
Finally, Part 6, Final Results in Scaling Up. So, let's look at the true financial outcome here. Over a 24-hour period, the store successfully generated 10 genuine orders for that breathing trainer. That resulted in a gross revenue of $170.85. Now subtract the product and shipping costs of $39.50, which, remember, was handled entirely by the AutoDS AI without any human input. Then subtract the $50 marketing cost and the $1 Shopify fee. We are left with a true net profit of $80.35. That is real, tangible cash generated with virtually zero manual labor once the automated system was flipped on.
Which leaves us with this final, incredibly provocative thought. If just $1 and under an hour of setup yields over $80 from a single promoted product, what happens when AI is unleashed to scale this to 20 products, or even 50 products, all running completely on autopilot? The massive, scalable potential of AI dropshipping is no longer just some futuristic theory. It's a very practical, accessible reality today. I really hope this structured breakdown gave you a clear understanding of exactly how these new tools are being utilized. Thanks for learning with me today on The Explainer. Keep asking questions, and I'll catch you next time.